All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Into the Macabre. Welcome to our deep dive into all things paranormal, strange, and unexplained. I'm Cerventes or Rob, one of your hosts for this show, and with me is
Westphal404.
Woo! All right. So, what are we going to do today, West?
We're going to be looking at some videos of potential paranormal activity, say, loosely.
So our goal,
whatever.
Our goal will just be to find every week when we do this. We're gonna be doing this bi-weekly. We are gonna be looking for all kinds of strange, creepy, unexplained, paranormal. It's probably gonna be paranormal at this point. Videos that we could possibly find across YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, what have you, and we are gonna watch them and try to just talk through them, explain them, maybe debunk them. It's not the goal to debunk, but maybe we'll debunk them. And be a pretty dang good time.
Maybe laugh a little, maybe cry, you know?
Maybe a little bit of both. But why don't we go ahead and jump right in, and we're gonna watch some TikToks together, chat. I know how much chat loves TikToks. Checking out some TikToks. So first up, we have from a user dmatigian. Apparently has a whole series of these, and I love this one. I'm really enjoying it. So let's watch it, and we can kind of break down and talk about it a little bit.
I really don't think I'm ever gonna be able to escape this shit. Listen to it. Listen to that pedaling. Jesus. I mean, this is my whole closet right here. It's my kitchen.
I love this dude. I just love this dude because, like, it's like
He has so many of them too.
he has a whole series of this where it's, if we go to his actual channel, his actual page on TikTok, this isn't the first time this happens. This happens a lot with this guy.
With this shit again. We're just gonna wait and see.
Can't full screen it this time, apparently.
Never not. Stop.
So I want to know, like, what this guy has done
Works.
for this to ensue.
And here we go with this shit again.
I just love the attitude of, oh, here we go with this shit again. Like, oh, come on, man. Because I make this joke a lot. Like, if I was ever haunted, I would just be like, come on, man. Don't I already suffer enough in life?
I feel like that's just the millennial mindset at this point. Like, we're all just, you know, anything can happen. Aliens are real, you know, end of the world could happen. So it's just, it is what it is. Like, come on.
But real quickly, can we just point out his setup real quick? Like, you have his door, it's bolted shut, it's chained shut, but his cable goes,
I'm guessing that's his internet.
his
maybe?
routing of the cables is so piss poor, it's not even funny.
He probably had to do it himself, has no idea. Like, you know, maybe the technician showed up and heard the banging or something and was like, nope, you're good.
Oh, it's it's so I don't think the cable is what would be causing the knocking. But yeah, his neighbors must absolutely love him, and he, in one of the videos, he claims this is a 200-year-old building, and that's why there's a ghost. I obviously don't know none of us know the full story, but it's still entertaining nonetheless. Just the idea of the hauntings happening again.
I feel like, you know, if is truly something paranormal, it's probably something stronger than a ghost, just based on usually what you kind of see in these videos or whatever. It's not as violent of an activity, you know, or sustained.
I mean, maybe the demon or the entity wants him to figure out his cable routing a little bit better. I know there's one where there's a cross on his wall and it gets yeeted off the wall. Let me see if I can quickly find it. I think it might be this one. Yeah, there it is.
And those type of ones where like stuff is flying across the room or whatever.
Real quickly, actually, I just noticed something in this one. If you look at this cable that's on the wall here, it's actually moving. And I don't know if it's from the force of him opening the closet, but the cable is like the cable's wiggling and moving. I mean, that could be part of the stage. That could be part of the stage of, you know, whoever's in there knocking and hiding behind something we don't see. That could be part of it. But yeah, there's a few things moving in there.
Like
it could be the force of that saying. It being rhythmic is kind of a red flag.
Oh yeah. I'm also usually really sus of any of the videos where stuff is flying, because you know you can easily like tie some fishing line to it and yank it from across the room off camera. So
there's a lot of things it could be. Either way, I just like this because of how real the reaction is of like, oh, you're kidding me, like, come on, man, because that would be me if I knew I was getting haunted and things were happening in my home all the time. I would just be like, come on, man, I don't even fully own, like, I'm paying a mortgage right now, I don't even fully own the place, dude. Go haunt the bank. All right, go haunt the fucking bank.
And I give big credit to this guy, because I feel like even if it is fake or if it's real, either way it's entertaining, and it's almost like scenes you would see from a good found footage movie.
Well, it's also good for this guy because his profile says he's an opera singer and does all kinds of everything. So he's building an audience. So he's gonna get some attention to his main gig by doing this fun side gig. So you know what? Good on him. We are gonna be putting these up on YouTube. Obviously it will be edited down a smidge to A, save time, and B, cut out dead air, cut out dead stuff, but we will be putting links in there for all the things we watch. So we'll be linking to his profile on the YouTube for what we're watching.
I would definitely go follow this guy because I know I am.
This guy, this was a fun one. I really like this one. Now this one is a pretty interesting one. The user is gatewaytohellhouse. I didn't really look at their profile to see what else they have, but this video, it's 12 seconds long, and you can already tell we're outside, so you already know something. We're gonna have something good here, and we'll watch it once, and then you can give me your feedback. We'll talk a little. We're gonna probably watch this a couple of times because there's a few things I noticed during first watching. Let's go ahead and give this a look.
Flash is on. All right, let's take a look.
And before I say anything, let me just add one more thing. The description is nothing. There's basically no description. It's literally just generic horror description. So there's no background story for this or anything. They probably pulled this off of Reddit or something. But either way, let's get to it.
What's in there?
I don't know. I guess that.
So, we'll almost jump
right at the end there. It's right at the end there. So first off, we have this entity or whatever in this locked up, gated off tunnel of who knows where the this is. They might be speaking English. They might not be. I don't know. Do you have any clue?
No idea.
I mean, and these kind of places exist all over the country. Okay, there might be
straight up a horror movie set right here.
Yeah, and like, well, these places exist everywhere. Like, I'm sure there's one of these in Boston. I'm sure there's one of these in, you know, downtown Florida where you are. There's probably like at least one of these in every town of just crazy shit. But now what gets me is a little bit in, so we have all this happening, but it zoomed, it looks like it's coming closer here, and this is the part that gets me, is it looks like it's getting closer to the part when we're right here.
Yeah,
right here is where it got me, and I was like, oh, okay. So if this is fake, which this could easily be faked, there's a billion ways that this can be fake because there's a tunnel. Most tunnels don't just have one way in and out. And then, like, this one's close to locked off. They might help. This lock fits on the gate. This lock on the gate.
Heartless.
It's not. this block on the gate is not. I mean, it looks a little bit older, but how old is it really? It's not definitely not as old as the bar that's on the gate. This looks like Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's.
It does. It looks like Freddy. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, but there's a lot. I mean, the graffiti's probably real. All this shit's probably real. Is this Russian? I can't really tell. It's. I mean, it says Samo lives. Maybe, I don't know. But
I think it's just
the thing at the very end of how you don't even really see it coming at you until right here. And it does kind of look like Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's. So that it very well could be that. It could very well be that. It's like it's a very shitty camera. But either way, it's super crazy. And I think the idea of something charging at you like that, and it's just done so well where they pull the camera away just in time. I love this. I think this is fantastic.
I mean, that could really happen.
Probably it could absolutely.
From, Five Nights at Freddy's, but
yeah, no, it's definitely something. So, all right, so those places exist everywhere. Do you have any other closing statements on that one?
No, just like you said, I really liked how it was done.
Yeah. Really, really good one. So that's Gateway to Hell House. We will link there. I don't know what else is on this page. I haven't actually looked at this page. It looks, yeah, it's just kind of generic. There's a lot of generic looking stuff here. I've seen some of these before. Maybe we'll revisit this page again in the future, but there's a lot of kind of more like when I go onto the page, I see something like this animation, this Peter Griffin animation here. I'm just kind of like of course it's always a bad camera. So there's, yeah, it is what it is. But all right, so this one we're gonna go to another channel called a page called HTT Bots. This is apparently part 3 of something that they recorded 2 years ago. I've seen all 3 parts of this. Basically they're just recording hauntings that's happening when they swear they're home alone. So this is part 3 of it, and we could watch part 1 and 2. But this I have seen this one before, so we'll just take a quick look at it. Door open. Grab something right there.
Got a driver, it looks like. Tiger Woods it.
Door handle wiggling. Closet just mysteriously opening.
That looks like the closet.
I'm gonna slam. Boom. So that's part 3. So I know we're coming into it at a weird time. It looks like finding part 1 of this one might be a little bit more tricky. Because of, or is this it? Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so we can watch part 1. Can't full screen it because TikTok is weird on when I can full screen it and not full screen it, but whatever. So she heard something, she gets out of bed. I started recording when I heard something downstairs. I was the only one home.
I would instantly think Freddy Krueger. Until that.
So,
Oh my god.
The old hide under the blanket trick.
yeah, but so I definitely want to get your thoughts on this. So part 2 is just more or less the same stuff. Doors opening mysteriously. And then part 3, the closet opens and closes. But what are your thoughts on this guy? On you know, girl home thinks she's home alone. Here's sound downstairs. What's your thoughts? Evan, I'll inject with my own stuff.
To just sit there, just walk partially down the stairs, and then just run up back in the room, keep recording, not like cut the recording, call somebody, you know, go out the window if you're that scared, whatever, you know, something. But it's just still like when I go back to like the intensity of whatever's happening, usually you don't see that. So like when you get these, it's really crazy, really shocking.
Well, so let's start injecting logic into this.
That sounds like a gate or something. Maybe the pipes, maybe it's an old building.
Yeah, I mean it seems pretty housey to me. And then I don't know what that could be. Like, these sounds are so weird. But then she hears a step right over like the bottom of the stairs around the corner.
Yeah.
And rather than investigate, so here's a few things where we can inject some logic. You're hearing sounds when you think you're home alone. Wes, you're a homeowner. I'm a homeowner. If I think I'm home alone and I start hearing sounds, the first thing I do is not grab my phone and start recording.
Yeah, I could see beforehand, like when you were hearing a little bit of stuff, but then once I got to that point, like I said, like you got to either fully commit to investigating it or going up to wherever and calling somebody or you know, getting out, whatever.
If you think you're home alone and like maybe the idea is somebody might, because I would think like if I was home alone and I started hearing sounds, I would call I'd be like, Sarah, is that you?
Yeah.
I would call to the yell immediately. And then if I didn't get a call back, I'd just, me being a married man, yell louder.
Yeah.
And then if I was sure that it wasn't Sarah, I have a weapon behind me in every room I'm in the house that I know I'm normally in. I have a weapon in arm's reach. You know, a nice melee weapon. Like I have a bat behind me in here. I have another hockey stick in the other room. And just get some slashing, you know.
Some high sticking, you know.
If I think there's an intruder in my home and they don't get scared off, like, because the truth about intruders are, unless they're actually committed to harming you or not giving a shit, like if they figure someone's there, they're gonna bolt unless they're committed to harming you. At that point, you'd already be and like she's making so much sound running away, and like if there was a person there, they would definitely hear her walking around.
I mean,
unless the house is just
like
especially reinforced. Well, the part 3,
because that's those.
The part 3
outside the room.
Oh no, that's not the right direction. So here's part 2. Whoa, here's part 2. What's happening in part 2? Oh, part 2 is just where it's last time on part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, she also has her light on. The phone light is on. So if there was an intruder, they would have seen the phone light. And like at that point, shit's just.
I mean, at that point, if it's an intruder, maybe, you know, it's. I don't know.
Well, yeah, would we assume intruder? But at the same time, if it's someone you know, I feel like there would be some kind of auditory greeting, like, "Hey, it's me. I'm here," or even a phone call or something. But the first reaction was, let's grab the cell phone, turn on the light, and start recording. And look at that, the closet door's opening and the bedroom door's opening at the same time.
What was that first bang before the closet?
We'll look at this one more time. So it was the doorknob shaking.
Mm-hmm. Also, I feel like if it was somebody like else that lived there, or, you know, somebody that had been to the house regularly, that would be an odd activity for anybody to do. Would just jiggle handles repeatedly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't go around my house jiggling door handles, you know.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, it's a cool concept, you know, scary thing happening, but I feel like this is kind of 80s inserted into modern day, and it doesn't really work as well in modern day.
Yeah. Yeah, I could get that vibe from it.
Yeah. So that's, I think there's smarter ways of handling, hey, I heard a noise downstairs, let me investigate. Like you said, fully commit or not, don't even bother at all.
So, and then I see, like, with the video up there, there's a comment on there that says so many orbs. Which is kind of ridiculous because the amount she's moving around in there and stirring up dust or whatever, you know, she flips the blanket up to get under it.
Well, you're gonna, yeah, exactly.
Like,
cameras will pick up dust.
Yeah.
We've seen it on pretty much every video so far of shit like that happening. And I mean, people are memeing and just like, you know, it's the phasmophobia mentality of, oh, there's the ghost orbs. There's the ghost orbs. Like it's a banshee. It's a spirit.
I love it.
All right, so this is one you've been excited about. This is, and YouTube Shorts, we cannot, unfortunately, we cannot, we don't have a lot of control over YouTube Shorts and how, but this, can you explain this one a little? Well, I guess we'll watch it and
Person's hearing noises, you know, they do something along the lines of what we were just talking about. Grab some boiling water. That's gonna make me laugh, but I think that's so funny. But like, even the noises, those noises are really creepy. But
so yeah,
I think this is more on the comedic side of what we just watched, kind of before this.
yeah, it's definitely, it's silly, but hey, this is you're going into home defense mode.
Yeah,
You're going into home defense
what we just
mode,
talked
and
about.
yeah, you're actually doing something.
Now
So
you guys know
that's,
that water can hurt ghosts.
yeah, boiling, guys, if you ever have a ghost, hit them with the hot water.
Yeah.
Anti-personal boiling. All right, so now we're gonna get into some actual videos with commentary and stuff. A lot of times, so there's a lot of ghost stories, videos and stuff all over YouTube. However, it's hard to find just like an isolated story and video in one cohesive form outside of TikTok. So we're gonna be checking out some compilations, and we'll be listening to the commentary and the background information given to us in the help me out here. Compilation. Range is turned off completely there.
Yeah.
We'll be watching these compilations, listening to the background stories and stuff from there. In the future, we do plan on, you know, doing our own individual research and like bringing together some of our own evidence and background information and videos compiled in a smart enough way. But for now, these compilations are doing the work for us. It's really hard to find, like I said, it's really hard to find individual pieces. And a lot of these YouTubers that are doing like these compilations are all basically more or less copying each other. Because like I know in a bunch of stories on this, I've seen the individual videos in other compilations on other channels, and they all came out around the same time. So they're all covering the same stuff. It's just kind of like they're all, you know, just copying each other's homework. So whoever did it first, hey, good job. And everyone else,
Yeah. Good job, but you should have done better because nobody knows.
This video is by Nuke's Top 5, and he's covering the top scariest ghost videos of the year of 2023. So we're going to be getting into that right here.
Scariest ghost videos of the year.
And we'll be pausing frequently.
His friends often mountain bike after work.
We'll be pausing frequently, rewatching, rewinding, all that good stuff, and
Jose and his friends go out on a trail that they
we'll be giving our own input.
Yes, I've actually seen this one.
I've seen this one before as well.
Jose's GoPro camera.
Yeah, I've seen this one on another channel.
That still gives me chills to this day.
Now this is a neat thing. So we just saw something kind of it almost looks like it flashes on screen there.
Someone or something.
Yeah, it was like
Jose barely manages to swerve around.
I don't know, like a screen material almost.
Appears to be cloaked, wearing a veil that's translucent enough that you can see what looks.
You know, like on your if you got a back porch screen or you know some sort of mesh screen.
Many viewers
yeah.
on TikTok believe that he captured the infamous weeping woman Llarona, a vengeful Mexican lore that mourns the loss of her children. But what do you think this is? Let me know. TikTok user Rihanna's videos are mostly dedicated to the infamous weeping woman
Let's try to pause.
A vengeful spirit of Mexican lore that mourns the loss of her children. But what do you think this is? Let me know.
So, the way for me, it's the way it kind of like it shows up, and it almost looks like it also instantaneously disappears. Where it's like,
yeah,
it could be anything, but when they obviously when they do the freeze frame and they do like the zoom in and shit, but it's clearly like a shitty GoPro or something, yeah,
like a great value GoPro, something like that. But I mean, I think that honestly probably is the closest one to legit that we've had from the looks of it. For me.
Yeah, I mean, apparently this TikToker just does videos of him mountain biking or whatever, which he's doing at night. So maybe this is like a Halloween special or something.
Could be.
But either way, like the way it just shows up and disappears, I mean, obviously clever editing can easily do that.
But I mean, you also, like, if it was something that was there previously, like, you don't hear the people in front of him react at all.
Yeah, I mean, well,
you can still hear the sound of the video.
Right, I mean, he kind of swerved out of the way a little bit, and then realigned himself.
Yeah.
TikTok disturbing face. Many viewers of Jose's TikTok believe that he captured the infamous weeping woman.
The face looks awful. I think the face looks awful.
Mexican lore that mourns the loss of her.
So very fair.
That.
What the fuck is okay? What do we got going on here? Why did I feel like I just froze. I just paused at the right time. We're gonna have an accidental bunch of really good freeze frames here.
Yeah.
Well, what did I just stumble on? This could be the secret of the whole thing. So the face, here's a few things with like even that zoom in like clear up. How do they get, like, with how shitty this camera is, how do they get that in that quality?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's so like just this alone, this shot right here of
like, what is that on there?
Yeah, like the focus gets accidentally cleared, but then like, what is this?
Your children.
Oh, but is that just no? That's his.
Oh, is that the rider in front of him?
That's a rider in front of him.
There we go.
Okay, we figured it out.
Brianna's videos are mostly dedicated to her favorite.
But I mean, I feel like that one could definitely go either way.
Yeah, that one could go either way. It's cool.
But it's hard to say without 100% certainty, you know, or without being there, to be able to say it with 100%.
So this one gets a big background information drop.
Pastime. Free diving in the beautiful waters just off the coast of sunny Florida. Now, none of Brianna's videos
where you
have
live.
anything to do with the supernatural.
The ocean's terrifying.
Well, except for just this one. One
afternoon,
afternoon, Brianna is going for a routine dive when she captures something truly chilling. Brianna starts to panic as she hears loud, distressed underwater screams all around her. After she surfaces and disturbed by what she just heard, she goes down again to try to figure out just what is going on.
So she goes for a second time, no screaming.
I don't know. What if you have, you know, tide shifting? Who knows what's going on with the
This
surface?
time,
Like how
there
far
are no
down she is. You
screams.
can't be down that far
Brianna
because
is baffled
you
by
just got
what
a
just
map.
happened and posts her strange, unexplained video to TikTok. Now, of course, many viewers accuse Brianna of adding a fake audio.
Well, there's another funny bit I'm gonna let this play a little longer. There's a funny bit that's gonna happen. That we'll get to the end of the segment and we can talk about it, because there's not really much worth replaying in this one.
Track to her dive video. So, to prove them wrong, Brianna posts again, this time showing the footage directly from her GoPro camera.
So, people are asking what camera I use. GoPro 7 works perfectly fine for me. I cracked it a little bit, but I use the case. Definitely not a voiceover though, so I'm going to show you the video straight out of my GoPro. Just
Real quick. So here's a question. Is she driving right now? I can't tell if this is camera backwards perspective, because I would completely believe, because the phone is not moving as if she's holding it, so it could be on a mount. It's possibly mirrored. She is Floridian.
Probably, yeah. If it were anywhere else, I'd say I hope not, you know, but if it's Florida, yeah, it's probably what's going on.
Oh wait, if you look at her glasses, I don't think there's a steering wheel in front of her. Look really closely at her glasses. I don't think there's a steering wheel in front of her. I think I just debunked, but this is like this is the truest horror part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because if she was driving, this would have been the actual horror. It's this woman on the road. Yeah, it looks like it's just dashboard in her mirror, in her reflection. Florida cars don't have steering wheels. Can you confirm or deny that?
We don't need them. We don't need them.
True.
like how I recorded it. So you can hear.
So she's trying to prove that she's proving that it's on the GoPro. The screams are on the GoPro. So there's in my opinion, there's a billion ways this could have been done.
Yeah.
She's not a horror focused channel, which whatever. I mean, in that case, like, why upload it in the first place?
Yeah.
If it's not a bit.
Those are usually the ones that I feel like have a little bit more credibility to me. But it's like an odd thing to do. Like, I think just if you're trying to do it for clout, like there's so many more easier things you probably could have done. I don't know.
Yeah, can you put video back on a GoPro if you take it off, edit, and put it back on the memory card? I don't know how GoPros work. I would imagine you could. And she could easily put the same video right back up on the GoPro. I don't know. I mean, either way, like, in some, here's what I think takes away credibility is if she's doing all these diving trips, and we already saw in one of the other clips that they showed at the beginning giving the background information, she's not always alone down there. Because it looked like in one of the other clips during the background part, like, it looked like someone else was recording at one part to like show her swimming around and doing stuff, and the camera was still moving around. So, and plus, it would be how stupid would it be in general to be going on these diving trips and not having people with you?
Yeah.
That would be the stupidest shit. We all saw 72 hours? We've all seen that. You don't do this shit by yourself. You don't do any kind of spelunking by yourself. No. But that would be enough. But yeah, it would not be out of the realm of possibility that whoever she's with is just, because like even right now she's not driving the car, so someone else is driving the car. So that could have been like, it could have been as easy as that, just to just to try to do something silly for like a Halloween special.
Yeah.
Because that's one problem I have with the direct. Like, I could easily go to this girl's page and try to like find a date on this, and maybe it was uploaded in October. And so I wish these compilations would actually link to the raw video they're taking from, so that way we could actually maybe do an extra little smidge of research. Just having the date of when this clip would have been uploaded would have been enough. Like, oh yeah, it was in October. That's the Halloween special.
Yeah. Or it was, you know, April 1st. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's still, I don't know how I feel about that one.
If she's not in deep water, the mic could pick up screaming kids in a boat nearby. That's another thing. I mean,
like if they're playing on the surface.
Yeah, exactly. When you're underwater, and I agree with everybody in chat. Make sure you watch us live every Wednesday around 7 p.m. Eastern. With being underwater, like all the rules of underwater and physics and all that shit, and even just audio is out the window. So I don't know, man. It didn't seem like she was even that deep underwater to begin with.
Yeah,
especially if she only had a snorkel.
Yeah,
she's not that deep underwater. But if there's a billion explanations for it, she knows which one's the right one.
Yeah. So it's not a voiceover or an edit or anything like that. So.
Okay. Whatever you say, girl.
Who knows? Maybe it could have been like one of those little jets, little personal jets
Now,
that people have underwater.
Not, the strange underwater screams are absolutely unnerving. 12 years ago, a band in Veracruz, Mexico was playing their final gig.
I think this one's completely stupid. Have you seen this one?
Have
you seen this one?
I think so.
I hate it because of how stupid it is. So they said what? This was 98. I think it just said it's a very old video. It's a very old video. And chat, this is comic relief.
Move to another town. At the time, they didn't notice anything unusual about the event at all. But later, as the guys rewatched the video of their performance, they noticed something that chills them to their core.
Their core. It was that they didn't know how to play their instrument.
For this one, there's probably no reason to ask, but did you see it? Lurking behind the TV in the right corner.
That's just somebody who was not invited to the party. Or she's like the one super fan.
I feel like
absolutely obsessed with one of them.
This is one of those ones where it's clear the camera person is in on it and is trying really, really hard to not focus on it.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many of these, and I feel like we might see a few more of these later on. But this one in particular, it's like,
oh god,
the cameraman's trying so hard to not just be like.
And it's like that, always that really quick cutaway when we realize that we've been in the spot that you're not supposed to be looking for too long.
Yeah, like, because he's like, why would he be focusing on the drummer that much? Well, then again, he's trying to do equal shots of a drummer, and I guess you can make the excuse, oh, he's trying to center the drummer. He's trying to center because this is the best angle for centering. Why couldn't he just shift to the right?
Yeah. So
why couldn't camera person just shift to the right?
Angle to not be able to film everybody. Easy.
Like, there's a billion ways around it, but this one's just
A ghastly looking girl with what seems to be a pale and distorted face seems to be peeking out at the band. What's even weird,
but like right here, like it's just so obvious. The camera person is just focused.
Yeah.
It's so obvious that the camera person is just so focused on this one.
And they didn't notice it either. Oh my. Because it's not like it's a camera that's set on like a tripod or whatever, just filming everybody. Like somebody's there looking at it.
Yeah, you can tell the way he's like moving around and zooming in and out.
Weirder is that if we cut to different segments of the video, the strange pale girl has disappeared. The guys in the band believe that this bizarre figure might be the ghost of a friend of theirs who took her own life years earlier, perhaps dropping in for one last goodbye at the band's final performance.
Why would she be hiding and peeking like a cartoon?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I'm watching like Elmer Fudd staring down Bugs Bunny. Like what the hell?
I feel like she would have been like right behind him, if that's what it was.
And she's not even looking at them. It looks like she's looking at the camera.
Oh, 100%. When they zoomed in, that's why you could see the face, because they were
Jimmy Kimmel and SNL. It was Jimmy Kimmel, right? And SNL that was like infamous for staring into the camera.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm bad.
Yeah.
It's 98. They had different standards.
I feel like these are like the brain rot horror stuff that I'll just like scroll through.
Yeah, like it's fun
Just
and dumb.
to, like, watch, yeah.
Like that's something fun for the home movies for later,
Mm-hmm.
Like the kids will be like, "Hey, Grandpa, what's that?" Oh, it's it was a funny prank. We wanted to see if we could scare Joey the drummer.
Yeah, it's like the videos, the classic jump scare videos where like the car driving through the mountains or the maze. It's like those.
Yeah.
For me.
Camera. This next creepy clip was sent in.
This one you need more background on, and this is a clever one. I do like this one.
By John Robinson, who goes by the streamer name J-Rob. Now, John frequently goes live on YouTube with his friends to talk sports and debate their favorite players and teams. But during one of these late...
He's a sports podcaster, in case it's not clear from everything we talked. This kid is a sports podcaster who live streams the podcast and then just puts it up on YouTube. That is what this is. That's what this channel is. That's the point of this channel.
Night live streams. Something happens that shocks them all to their core.
Hard. I think y'all need to build.
And I've seen this one before, so and I unfortunately already know the research to do all this.
I say you just build off of those people.
You see that?
Was that a ghost?
Yeah.
Was that a ghost?
Yo, that wasn't even a person.
Junebug, chill out. I ain't got time for this.
Yo, did we catch a ghost on stream?
Bro, stop.
No, stop it. Stop it. Run it back. I gotta
alone.
run it back.
Hey.
Yeah.
I love how he's just sitting there like, yo, did we just catch a ghost on stream?
Yeah.
No, stop it. Stop it.
I don't got time for that.
No, but sports though.
I didn't see anything.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm gonna go look at it right now because what? What, Junebug?
Yo, bro, I just watched a replay and shit, there was a ghost.
Yeah, that's
What happened?
That was not a person, bro.
Well,
Here's the thing, like, I love this because that looked great, and we're probably gonna see it replayed a few times. That looked so good. These sports bros that only have one flavor of talking, trying to like act hyped up and like this is a big moment. It's not. It's like, yo, I know we did not just see a ghost.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
like,
bro! No way! There was not a ghost right there.
You're definitely not going to be a sportscaster if you can't read a script.
talking about J-Rob, stop.
Hey, y'all chill out, man. Hold up, man. I ain't with this.
Bro, go watch it for
Run
yourself.
it back. Somebody watch. Run back the clip, please. Somebody run back.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Oh my God. Somebody
I don't-
clip that.
Run it back at 5 minutes.
An unexplained dark figure seems to walk past John's friend Chris, even though Chris is completely alone at home. Now freaked out, Chris turns on the light and comes back to watch.
Definitely. Like, they They the dope up, bro. Like,
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the hell, bro? What the fuck was that? I'm not playing no yo, J-Rob.
I'm smoking on that.
Hold on.
wait, Chris, you saw it?
Did I see it, bro?
What the
No
fuck?
way.
And then Chris looked both ways like he felt his
That
energy.
was totally a ghost, bro.
Hey, Chris.
I felt like a cold chill, but honestly, bro.
Oh my god.
Chris, you might want to go out there. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm gonna look at it all after the fact. I ain't look at it yet.
But context, yo, I don't know what the hell happened, but apparently, like something just like walked past me.
Oh my god.
I feel like a chill, and then like all of a sudden, these J-Vob, Junebug, they start wilding out. I'm just like, yo, like what the hell is happening?
Really,
Like,
really
yo,
wilding
like,
out,
show
though.
just went past you. A ghost?
How many people are joining the call?
What?
How many people joining the call? Like, yo, is there a ghost in here?
Oh my god.
Everyone's just joining the call. Like, yo, someone said there's a ghost up in here.
Hey, we're not wilding enough. We need more people to come in here.
Oh my god, it goes from like 4 dudes, and all of a sudden now we have like 9 dudes in here.
Yeah.
All losing their minds because a ghost showed up. Like, we just like more than double the amount of people in here the second ghost shows up.
Look at the video right now. Hold on.
I'm not.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. Like, I'm not gonna lie, fellas.
I've never seen anything like this in my life.
What was that thing people have said? Like, it's usually a tell when you're lying, when you tend to touch your face a lot. And this guy has done nothing but touch his face.
Hey man, I touch my face a lot.
But not like this.
You call me a liar?
Not like this.
I was like, I can't even. I'm so distracted. I'm so distracted right now, bro. Like, I can't even answer your question because I cannot believe what I saw.
God. Chris explains that he felt a chill when, whatever this is, walked behind him, and he looked back, but didn't see anything. As more of their friends join the live stream, the whole group decides to watch the clip together.
Oh, what's that? What's that?
And he also doesn't bring up the old show.
I don't know.
After they started saying it was a ghost, he says it afterwards.
Oh, that no,
I saw that. I saw that.
I felt, bro.
I saw that. I saw it. I saw that.
Chill, I'm telling you, it was.
I saw that.
Look.
Oh,
I saw that.
So, what do you think happened here? Did Chris's live webcam accidentally capture a ghostly apparition live on YouTube? Chris
No, it was
seems
dead
almost
cam.
a little embarrassed about it. By the way, it should be mentioned that none of John/J-Rob's live streams have anything to do with the paranormal. If you want to take a look for yourself, you can watch this entire live broadcast over on John's YouTube channel, J-Rob.
All right, so like it was mentioned, this is not it's not a paranormal podcast. It's a sports podcast. They already had they had a number of podcasts out before us. I've already seen the homework for this one, so here's the answers to the test. Are you ready for the answers to the test, or do you want to spit some more before we go to the answers of the test?
I don't have too much more on that one. You go ahead and give it.
Okay, well, okay, so apparently after this moment, this is like 5 minutes into the whole show. Apparently after this whole thing, they just go on back to and do the podcast normally. Nothing else about like once this everything we just saw is all that there was for this, and that's why it just goes back to normal. Next week it's back to normal. Everything's normal. So there was already several of these episodes out before that. And that guy, previous to that, the way he was sitting on the couch in the dark and all that at that angle, he's normally not like that at all. He's normally just like front on, just like a standard camera angle, like just like all the other guys who were on camera looked like, just straight on, lights on, all that. And every episode after that, the same guy is also just face forward, like straight on, lights on. So, you want to guess what month it was?
That would be February. That seems like a Valentine's thing to do.
It was the Halloween special, and that's what they did. They just did that one-off meme, one-off ghost meme, and just never did it again. Why? So why people decide to do this for their stuff? I don't know. Maybe get some level of exposure. I don't know. Either way, cool moment. I liked it. It was really cool. The reactions were not great.
The visual moment was good. Just the acting, no.
Yeah, the setup was cool. The acting is not great. But that's what I was saying. Like,
I feel like it ruined it.
The sports bros trying to act shook by this is it doesn't work as well. I can't believe that it's like just Shaquille O'Neal could have done a better job.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just saw a ghost in Chris's background. Oh my god, I'm so scared right now. Like that's exactly what just happened. Just slap at anybody else in there and they would have done a better job. But it's a cool moment, visually cool. The fact that it never comes back up ever again, apparently, and like they just go and do the whole thing normal. I don't know. But hey, cool moment. They generated a cool moment. They generated buzz, publicity. Like chat said, there's a ghost meme for publicity. But all right.
One last goodbye.
Oh, this one's sad.
Veterinary student Mary Carmen Flores from Arequipa, Peru, adopted a sweet little Labrador that she named Scott. The two quickly bonded, but only enjoyed a few months together before Scott was tragically found dead in Mary Carmen's home. Mary Carmen was absolutely devastated by the sudden loss of the very healthy dog and wanted an explanation. She suspected that some horrible person might have actually poisoned her dog. So Mary Carmen started searching through her CCTV footage to find answers. But instead, she found something else entirely. Something she was not prepared for. The CCTV footage shows Mary Carmen at the gate as her family arrives home. Her dog Scott can be seen happily greeting the group. But here is where it gets weird, because this footage was recorded after the dog had passed away. In tears, Mary Carmen explains that she believes Scott's spirit came to say goodbye to her and her family. She shared the video to TikTok in dedication to the sweet dog's memory. To this day, Mary Carmen still has no idea of what caused Scott the little Labrador's death, but she's grateful to have found the footage of Scott's final greeting and goodbye to the family.
So
it's dark out because you can tell it's dark because the headlamp's on, but it just looks dark as shit. Camera's blurry as shit. For all we know, it could be foggy. I don't know what weather conditions are like in Peru. I don't know if they said Peru, right? I don't know what weather conditions are like. Does fog exist there?
I'm sure it's humid area and stuff.
Was this truly before the dog passed, or
is this just a different dog that's white? Because you don't see it well enough to tell exactly that it's the same dog.
I mean, is it after the dog passed? The fam, like whoever's on the motorbike is kind of like looking around and stuff and like not really reacting to her at the gate. Or like, I don't know what they're looking around at. Like maybe there could be an actual other dog there and it's just dark and foggy and the camera blur just happens. Perfect storm.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are a lot of places where there's feral dogs that wander.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not saying like, I mean, hey, it's sad that the dog passing, that sucks. That sucks so bad. But hey, I'm not just gonna be like, I'm not going to always just assume ghost.
The sad story, I feel like, is a way to connect a lot of people to it. So you've lived through that part of a pet dying, so it makes the whole thing more believable for you because you can connect with the video. You have feelings with that. So a lot of people have had pets and they've died.
Yeah, I mean, if it's real and like you truly don't know what was out there. I mean, she was on the other side of the fence. She doesn't know if an actual dog was out there or not. It could have been like if it was a motorbike. It could have been noise from a motorbike that could have masked her being an animal there. The people on the motorbike are kind of looking around strangely, so it could be anything. I mean, if it's completely intentionally fake, I mean, it's kind of shitty. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't lead a campaign against, cancel this person because they faked dead sad dog. But I would believe that, her dog died and she's holding on to whatever to believe that the dog is still with her somehow. And that's cute.
100%. Yeah, it's still a good video.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Highway horror. It's 4 in the morning and truck driver William Church is driving down an empty highway just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. He
that's already a
suddenly
problem.
spots something in front of him that makes his blood run cold. William's truck dashcam records the moment when a translucent figure appears to be standing on the right lane of the highway. The truck driver can't believe his eyes, but he's not the only one who spots the bizarre figure.
That could be anything, man.
Yeah, and it looks like there's something else right in the middle of the road, like right in front of it there. Do you see it?
Like what do you mean in the middle of a road?
No, like in front of whatever the translucent figure.
Oh, like down here, this white light?
No, in front of it.
Like there's another little speck in front of it. Yeah. I mean, it could be anything. Like my whole thing is they establish it's 4 a.m. As someone that's driven cross country recently at like 1 a.m., driving at 1 a.m. is the weirdest feeling in the world. Especially for the amount of trucks out there. The amount of trucks out there is crazy too. Like it's prime trucking time 100%, but it's so weird. So at 4 a.m., like I would honestly believe it's just some random person probably on something. It's outside Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
It could be
doing peyote in the desert, got lost.
Here, sitting next to him in the passenger seat is his truck driving partner, Erica Lake. She is also shocked by the sudden appearance of this strange apparition on the road.
At first, I thought it was a human, and then when you can't really see the face and the top of the body up, I was I wonder what, and then we were thinking about maybe it's a ghost.
I actually twitched the wheel to miss whoever it was.
They're trying to say like it's a torso and it's missing part of a body.
Did he really twitch the wheel though? Can we go back and see if? Because I didn't really notice the truck.
I actually twitched the wheel.
If you go back to the beginning part, because it doesn't show it there.
The highway they are on, Arizona's eyes, but he's not the only one who spots down an empty highway just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. Cold.
I guess a little.
He did move.
Yeah. Records the moment when a translucent figure appears to be not the driving part
human.
It doesn't look like it disappears.
The highway they are on, Arizona State Route 87, is notorious for its many deadly accidents where countless lives have been tragically cut short. Adding to the mystery, the figure they capture appears to have no upper torso or head. So did the two truckers capture proof of the paranormal? Or just what do you think this is? Let me know. Watch it.
Yeah, it didn't disappear. So it didn't disappear.
No. Maybe it was a jackalope.
I mean, it could be
just any. What do you think this is?
a cone,
Or proof
just a
of the
piece of debris.
paranormal? Or just what do you think this is?
You can also
Somebody's
see that
luggage.
white thing. Yeah, it could even be luggage. Like, I mean, is this a sign right here? Is this a generic
Let me know.
sign on the side of a road? Probably, which means
Of the paranormal? Or just what do you think this is?
yeah, it's a generic highway sign. So this could be any number of different things. I just don't like the whole clickbaity attitude of.
There's not enough there to go.
It's probably like a 20-year-old dash cam. Dash cams are never in good quality. I almost bought a dash cam and they were promoting it as 4K dash cam for $60, and I was like, it's not going to be 4K.
Or 480p. That's the same as 4K, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a 4 in it.
Yeah.
So it's I don't. I feel like we're doing more debunking than we set out to, but it's I don't think it's a ghost. The streak in front of it looks like some weird reflection. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be just crap on the road. It could be something they threw on the road. Like maybe they're bending over because of like the 20-year-old dash cam. We don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And here it looks like there's more shape to it. Like the closer that we get to it.
I still don't see it as a torso. Like there's no defining shape to it at all.
Yeah,
Like,
it could be.
It's just a rectangle, pretty much.
Oh, for all we know, it could be a piece of cardboard. Like if someone left a cardboard thing just in the middle. Fuck with people.
Yeah.
And in this case, that would have worked. It's any number of things. Any closing statements on that one?
No, I mean you said something like we're debunking more than not, but I mean you gotta look at it from what knowledge we have on the video. Like
exactly. Like these are just
they could go
debunk
either way on
bait.
it.
These are just debunk bait. Like that's it. That's a reason. And I'm sure we'll have plenty of unexplained stuff, but like it's fun to poke fun at these videos and the testimonies and all that, because it's two people going like, oh yeah, no, we were there. It's definitely a thing. Guys are, I jerked the wheel, and if we see, okay, I can believe he jerked the wheel a little bit.
I filmed it on my Motorola Razr, so you know it's good. I still have it.
My fucking 50-year-old dash cam.
No.
Yeah.
Watcher. Popular former BuzzFeed Unsolved hosts Shane and Ryan are back with an all-new paranormal investigation series called Ghost Files, over on their very own YouTube channel, Watcher. Now, for those of you who don't know the series, Shane is a die-hard skeptic who does not believe in ghosts at all. But Ryan, on the other hand, does believe in the supernatural, and often finds...
Well, actually, this is a point I want to bring up. Are you a skeptic or do you believe?
I'm open to it.
I'm more of a skeptic, but I'm open to the idea of it. But like for the most part, like I'm gonna just be a skeptic.
Yeah, I could believe it, but obviously, like I'm gonna go first with any logical things that whatever could be.
Mm-hmm. It's like me with gaming. I need to be sat down and explained to why someone was cheating against me.
Yeah.
You've seen with my gaming, I have defended people who were very clearly cheating until someone said, no, slow down the clip and watch him do this bullshit. I'm like, oh yeah, he was cheating. So it's I need some solid evidence, but I'm open
on these paranormal investigations.
All right, apparently this is where a recurring ghost is seen.
What are you? Hey man, calm down.
You piece of shit.
My mic went out, and then I was looking for you.
He's crouching in here like some kind of cave creature.
And then all I did was I went. I was just coming
so
to say hello to you.
You're looking for me while grunting.
He would have got punched.
So this time the two friends set out to investigate the allegedly haunted Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky.
So
the massive hospital was built in 19...
Pause real quick. So I used to live in Louisville, and I've drove past this place so many times. They will let you go in. Anybody can go in and investigate They used to do a haunted house inside of it, which was absolutely crazy, but is probably like one of my favorite haunted locations that I've seen. So, but there's a lot of cool things in this, and a lot of activity is documented in this place.
Yeah, and like chat's pointing out right now, like most videos on paranormal theme videos online are gonna be fake. It's gonna be very obvious that they're fake, and you gotta just look at it from the fun of it. And some of the stuff are fun. Like the first channel we looked at, that first TikTok channel we looked at tonight, that guy was real. That was a really fun one. And then even that one with like the tunnel, that was very fun. That was a very fun one. So it's there's a lot to like, but stuff like that trucker video, like I don't know, I think you're just kind of if you actually, just people that die hard believe in stuff, we even see they haven't that explained to us right now. People that die hard explain this stuff, and the first place they're always going to go is ghost. I want there to be an actual explanation of things. Like even when I drove from Massachusetts to Florida last year, and at 1 a.m, I'm sure there was tons of weird stuff I drove by, but I'm not going to sit there and think about it for more than 2 seconds. Unless it starts actively chasing me, you know? Which never happened.
That's good, I guess.
Intend to treat patients suffering from tuberculosis. Shockingly,
I was serious back in the day.
Estimated that around 63,000 people lost their lives inside the sanatorium walls.
Is that for a fact?
Like if that's true?
Yeah, if that's a rough estimate?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was a lot. This place was open for a long time.
So it's no wonder that Waverly Hills is said to be one of the most haunted buildings in America, and is a site where many visitors claim to have witnessed terrifying paranormal activity. Ryan and Shane make it to the 2nd floor of the Waverly Hills Sanatorium when they capture something truly bizarre.
Let's see. Ooh, was that a fart? No, that was a noise.
That was a fart.
No, that came from down there.
Are you kidding me? That was not a fart?
That came from down there.
Because
I'm surprised you didn't react to that more.
Because I thought you farted.
No.
Maybe that's what the jack-o'-lantern face was.
Was that you farting?
It was.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank
See,
God.
that should be the first question that everybody asks in their investigative process. Did somebody fart?
Of course, some sounds have more to do with bad dietary choices than the paranormal. But no worries, because things are about to get weird. In the past, many visitors and paranormal investigators have reported hearing creepy, unexplained humming in the morgue of the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. When Shane and Ryan explore the area, this happens.
It can't be hard to get a hum. Ghost guy, I mean, come on, just a hum, you don't even have to move your lips around, just give it a...
If you could hum a tune, can you hum Yankee Doodle Dandy for us, please?
I mean, that's probably the one song they knew back then.
Take it away. Are you hearing that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you hearing that? The hair on the back of my neck is standing up.
I mean, it could have well been a car outside somewhere, but it did sound like a sort of a low tone somewhere in the building. I certainly heard something there. I mean, do I think it's a ghost? No. Do you?
Yes.
Fully, yeah, I'd say if I were someone who believed in ghosts, I'd be a little unnerved right now. I'd probably get the little shaky knees.
My back is tingling. Could you, whoever was...
Why do those tables look so clean?
I don't know.
Those tables look too clean.
They have been trying to, like, restore the facility.
Okay.
It's past ownership. Yeah, like I said, you pay to go investigate, and you know they do haunted houses.
Yeah, I've seen ghost hunting shows where like
everybody
the
comes
place definitely rigged some stuff, and they found the rigging. So like that could be. Yeah, they look like brand new tables.
And then if
the humming could be anything.
Yeah, the skeptic's point of view. Why are you not going to investigate stuff? Like, I heard a noise down there. Let me go look down there.
Yeah, the humming that they just heard, like, could be one of the camera people. It like I said, it could be the owners, the site people actually rigging. Yeah. It could be that even could be like them wiggling that table because his fucking look how he's leaning on the table.
Yeah,
it could easily be
up in there. You saw like the old gurneys and stuff. You know, who's to say one of them doesn't shift and.
Or even just like how he's touching the table. I mean, these look brand fucking new, but it's
I will say the craziest thing about this place is actually not even where they are at all. There's actually a body chute for this place. Like, it was just literally like a giant tunnel down where they took all the dead bodies.
That's actually scary.
Yeah, and it's just pitch black down there, like just a ramp that just goes down for.
I'm assuming
how
that's
long it is, but
I'm assuming that's been cleaned out at this point.
Yeah, it's clean, but because people go down there and investigate all the time. But yeah, it's just a big,
they didn't just
tunnel.
Yeah, they didn't just leave all the bodies down there. Like, don't go down there, guys.
Well, like the way it is, it's like built up on a hill.
Yeah.
So the chute actually takes it down to like wherever they disposed of them, like whether they were burying them or people were coming and taking them.
Let's see what else happens here.
Hum again, please. Okay, well, I'm really glad we didn't hear anything on that one. Tell you what. Why don't we move to the spirit?
There was another.
What, really?
Yeah.
Tell you what.
That definitely sounds like something moving.
I swear to God, in between you talking there.
How consistent it is, too.
Something seems to react to the investigator's requests and hums not once, but twice. Both Shane and Ryan.
With the way he's standing, I wouldn't be surprised if he's hip checking the table.
Yeah, or something. But that's exactly what it sounds like because of the type of floor it is. It's not like it's wood floor or something, but it's like, you know, either a tile.
Yeah, it could be like rubbing across. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, with the way he's standing, I would.
It
could even be one of these other two guys just like dragging their shoe across, like, and it would make that sound like.
Ryan are put a little on the edge from what they just experienced.
But yeah, because it could be a boot. If with the way they're dressed, it wouldn't be surprised if they're wearing boots. Boom. Yep. All right, figured it out.
And to this day, they still have no explanation for the creepy sounds. Now, for the final part of their investigation, the guys decide that they will each explore the entire sanatorium, one at a time and all alone. When Shane does his walkthrough investigation of the hospital, he just kind of cracks jokes and trash talks the alleged spirits haunting the sanatorium.
Y'all want to play a fucking game? You little punk!
I actually have always long been curious if the reason why Shane never gets anything in his solo investigations is because he's an enormous D-bag.
I love kids. I love to play games. What I need you to do is roll your ball to me. Where's my tinny? To me!
And yeah, he's just an enormous D-bag. It's just confirmed.
If you don't show yourself, I'm going to make you show yourself to me!
But something very strange also happens. When Shane finally makes his way back to Ryan and the rest of the team, he admits that at some point, he believed he might not have been alone.
Oh, imagine.
Oh yeah, was it really scary down there?
I did actually hear some stuff. For a minute there, I thought you were up there, like trying to prank me. So I didn't actually react to it in the moment, but it sounded like a person walking.
Is there footage?
But I guess not.
Are you serious? Did that actually happen upstairs? Because if that didn't happen, that's your best lie you've ever come up with.
No, it actually happened. It sounded like there was a person upstairs.
It turns out Shane wasn't lying.
Do you want to play? Y'all want to play a f***ing game?
Did you see it?
Are they really
see it?
Do you want to play?
Oh, I guess you can faintly see a figure.
Yeah.
It's a stretch.
I hope that's not either thing they were going for, because there's something that goes by in that area, like right before that, but it just looks like dust or something. So either way. Oh no, definitely go that.
Yeah, it
could be reflection off a glass. He's got.
It could be glass. It's
a creepy translucent figure can be seen standing behind Shane in a doorway.
That's a stretch.
Shane doesn't see the apparition, but he does admit that he heard some strange noises.
Oh, he didn't see it.
But I mean, he legitimately might have heard footsteps or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not
whatever they're putting there, because they don't have audio of it, is I don't think it's anything.
Yeah, it's definitely a stretch, and like you're not specifically looking in every single room. Of course, you walk by and it's, oh, you didn't look in there. Look what's in there. When you turn your head at the right time, it's. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it could have been a guy in a skeleton outfit farting up there. You know,
it'd be glass. I'd be willing to bet it's like a window reflection in a window.
As always, I leave it up to you to decide. You can watch this entire investigation and many more spooky videos of Shane and Ryan exploring haunted places over on the YouTube channel Watcher. This next creepy video was uploaded to TikTok by Rosie B from Michigan. The home security clip shows Rosie's daughter strolling through the kitchen when the toddler seems to have a very odd and chilling encounter. At first, the girl appears to be talking to someone that we can't see. When suddenly something seems to try to yank a plastic container of snacks right out of her hand.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Then seems to go after her toy box.
It didn't look. The first thing was way more convincing than the second object. The second object, she didn't try as hard.
Yeah. And it's just a kid playing.
Yeah, it's a toddler. Clearly, like chat's pointing out, she appears to lose her balance, but she probably doesn't have much balance to begin with.
The toddler puts up a fight and wins.
That didn't really look like much of a attempt right there.
Seemingly angry at whoever or whatever was grabbing at her things. Later, when Rosie asks her daughter about what happened, the little girl says that a young boy and girl were trying to...
Yeah, how convenient is this camera?
Yeah.
I mean, why is it looks like the camera's on the table? Like, you'd think the camera would be mounted on a wall or
facing like a door, or
I mean, it's facing a door,
but like a main entryway to the house, or you know.
This. Yeah, it could be a camera they have to recharge. It's. I don't know. I don't like the camera position.
To take away her toys. But looking at the video, there's just no one there.
How come like she had full reach on the left arm, but then the right arm, it's like me with a pinched nerve right now. I have a pinched nerve. I can't really extend my arm or use my arm that much. It's like, but you know, the left arm was fine, goes all the way. The right arm, you have a pinched nerve going on. Like what? I don't know, man. I don't like this one. I'm not a fan of this one.
This one gives no.
This one's weak.
No pros to the other side of the argument, you know.
Yeah, a lot of these are going to be very clickbaity in nature, or if anything, it's just going to be a fun, dumb thing. I feel like this one they could have done a lot better.
Yeah.
At least no one that we can see. So is the little girl fighting over toys with the ghosts of two children? Let me know what you think.
I don't think it's another child because I don't think it was a child because the idea was we're doing like a Paranormal 3 type of thing. Paranormal 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 type of thing where thing is because it was pulling up. So I don't think I was enough a child, but hey, whatever.
This next video was sent in to popular Japanese ghost hunting team Clip Store by a man who claims that the footage was recorded by his now deceased older brother. The man says that his brother was a big fan of the paranormal and often spent his free time exploring well-known ghost spots in Japan. So one day his brother decides to film an allegedly haunted tunnel somewhere in Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan.
Japan has a lot of haunted tunnels.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Japan is like the most haunted country. Like,
yeah, they have like how many haunted every
they have that whole you know,
they have like multiple haunted forests. You have so many haunted forests in Japan, and it's like a coin flip as to whether or not, like, you go into the woods, and it's like, wait, is this one of the haunted ones? Let me just flip a coin real quick and see. Like, I mean, even the tunnels, like, there's so many haunted tunnels, and I feel like it's thanks to Junji Ito we have like the spree of crazy, freaky tunnels in Japan, but.
I don't know. I just, like I said, I feel like it's the most believable for me too, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't lived there, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're very more spiritual in Japan than we are. Absolutely. Yeah. But hey, Buddhism's more wholesome than everything else, so whatever.
He has an encounter that is absolutely terrifying.
Lights. Tunnel could be anywhere. He said what tunnel it is, so. Bad camera. It's older, so they said that the brother's now deceased.
Yeah. Hard pressed to believe any sound.
Oh, did you see the figure?
Oh, yep, I saw that.
Did you see it? There's a creepy, unexplained voice coming from right behind him. He quickly spins around to see him.
You know, I just want to apologize to chat for not constantly asking you guys if you saw it. I'm gonna throw that out there now.
Oh, did you see
I feel
it?
like we're letting you down.
Did you see it? Chat, did you see it? Oh.
Like, I want to believe this one just because it's Japan. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the best one so far.
Yeah.
I mean, Japan has such a grip on horror, but when he was walking to the cave, it did feel like he was avoiding certain angles, so there could have been someone behind him, and they were masking. Like, it sounded like in some parts of his movement, he was definitely creating more like tension with his footsteps to try to make louder like scrapes as he was walking. So he could also definitely be some of that. Why is he in there? Because he is investigating a haunted tunnel, and that's what the channel was about, was exploring haunted spaces.
And also, you know, like when he turned around at the beginning, you saw how close he was to being outside the tunnel, and it looked like, you know, some sort of traveled area, you know, like there was probably a road right there. Who's to say somebody didn't walk in behind him?
Yeah, and it was very dark, so anybody could easily, you know, come in after the fact.
I feel like he just had like one of those little headband lights, like the little cheap ones that you get from the dollar store, and that was it.
It's probably not a cheap one because it is generating a pretty good amount of strong light there. If you look how lit up that corner is. I don't know. It's either. I mean, either way, he was definitely masking a lot of angles. Probably masking, like I was saying, his footsteps. But either way, this is a good one. Like I personally, like, if I was in a situation like this where I'm walking in and I hear something behind me, I turn around, I see something like this, I'm noping the out. Hell, I might even just book it, like try to book it past that thing.
Yeah, that
because I'm not going deeper.
I'm not running. Yeah,
this homeboy's running deeper into the tunnel. I would just like nope past it. I would just be doing like nope. I don't see you. And go back out the way I came. I don't care if it's right there. I'm gonna nope the out of there. It could be for all we know, it could be like a homeless person or something. But either way, like.
Yeah, I feel like this one is definitely one more that lends more to the other side of the argument than debunking it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. This one, this is where we're having fun with it again. This is definitely a really good, really fun one.
An ominous dark figure standing.
I saw that in a horror movie.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, here we have like.
Turn the contrast.
Yeah, I like it when you do things like this and you turn the contrast up and you're like, oh, can we see anything hidden here? And we can kind of see a little bit more. It's super neat.
A shadowy shape that had not been there only seconds before.
Well, also the way he turned, he paused before he looked at the wall. Like he was he looked like we were still avoiding that angle completely, as if we needed to be in position.
Like instead of like a sweep, like a slow sweep or something. Like
because
just go and stop, and then
he swept, stopped. Like the stagger was too intense, and then like even still, it takes him a second to process.
Absolutely terrified, the man makes a run for it, but the story gets even weirder. Because a few weeks later, the man who recorded this video passed away in a freak accident. This horrifying video was found on the man's phone. It was the last video that he recorded before his death. So the clip store team tracks down the location, but they don't really find anything unusual during their investigation. So could it be that the man accidentally...
And why are there more lights the second time around?
Yeah. Like
is it the same location? The lights wouldn't just go off. Like, that's I would be hesitant to think like it's not the same location.
Recorded real paranormal phenomena.
Based on where they were.
And could this have somehow led to him losing his life?
Like a walkway tunnel, and not like an underground tunnel.
Yeah, because this definitely looks more like an underground tunnel.
Yeah.
Especially for lack of lights. Like a walkway tunnel will always have lights, typically. And in a big major city, there will always be light. I can understand in like a smaller Hobunk town there would.
Yeah.
And I like this insinuation. Did this lead to his passing? Bro! Like almost mean.
In such a tragic way. Let me know.
Did you see that?
Do what? Oh.
Haunted hello.
I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a very good one.
Christine Wright from the Paranormal Investigation Team, CVS Paranormal.
They also print out like long receipts.
Reports,
Sent out all alone to explore the so-called, quote, Pirates Graveyard in Portland, England. The scenic cemetery was built way back in 1475 and has gotten its odd nickname from the many gravestones that feature carvings of skulls and crossbones. Christine finds herself completely alone when suddenly something happens that she still can't explain to this day.
Completely out of the way, so nobody... Oh, hello. Oh. Oh. What? Hello? Sure, I saw somebody shouted hello then, or said hello.
Christine is all alone when she hears something behind her, and as she turns, she hears a woman nearby clearly say hello.
Completely out of the way, so nobody... Oh, hello. Oh.
That sounded so like listening to her audio quality compared to what we just heard, it sounds super voiceovery.
Yeah.
And She does sound genuinely shocked, like genuinely shocked as a British person can sound, because like it still sounds staged as shit, but I know it's a cultural thing, but it still just sounds so staged because British.
Yeah, I still think it's a good video, but I don't necessarily.
Yeah, it's fun. The nature of it is more fun.
That haunting vibe to it.
Hello. Oh, hello. Oh.
Like I feel like I could find. I feel like I've heard that specific hello in a video game. You know?
Yeah.
Like it just sounds so piped into me.
Like it wasn't an app on a phone or something.
Yeah.
A bit shocked, she immediately answers back, hello. But there's no one there. In fact, there's not even anyone else in the entire area that she's exploring. So could it be that the Pirates Graveyard in Portland, England is haunted by the ghosts of those who are laid to rest there? Let me know.
No, I won't let you know. You know, her reaction's great. Her reaction is great. Genuinely. It's a good sell. It's a very good sell. I'm not sold, but that's a very strong sell.
I said good video still.
Yeah, good video. No, I do agree. It's a good one. It's strong.
It looks back. Over on the channel, RX Files explore Indonesian paranormal investigator Chu does a live
Indonesia horror. Indonesian horror it's strong because a lot of these like these Asian ones just don't pull punches. I don't know how familiar you are with Indonesian horror media. Like they don't pull punches.
I've seen some of it. Yeah,
they commit.
Mm-hmm.
They commit.
A solo investigation of the infamously haunted Tayu Hospital on the Indonesian island of Java. Tayu Hospital was built way back in 1933, and over its 80-year history, it began to develop a very bizarre reputation. Many patients who were treated at Tayu Hospital claimed to see the ghostly figure of an old nurse roaming its hallways. They also said that they had seen the terrifying apparitions of patients who had passed away inside the old hospital. And some even claimed to experience horrible hallucinations, like bloody footprints running up the walls that no one else could see. Tayu Hospital closed its doors in 2015 and has been left abandoned ever since. Paranormal investigator Chu is completely alone with nothing but a flashlight and his phone as he broadcasts his investigation live to his streaming audience. As Chu roams the hospital grounds, he starts to hear a few strange sounds here and there, but it doesn't seem to bother him. But then, Chu begins to ask that the alleged spirits that haunt the hospital let him know that they are...
I just want to say again, to reiterate earlier, going alone to places, like going alone spelunking, this is another form of spelunking, is the stupidest thing, and nobody in their right mind truly ever does it alone. And granted, especially he's doing a live streaming production, so there's definitely, even if it's not in the immediate area, there is definitely somebody around. Like, yeah, you don't ever go somewhere alone. There's never...
Say you don't step in the building and the roof falls in because, you know, these buildings are all abandoned and they've been unkempt for however many years.
Yeah, no, you don't... We're spelunking. He's not alone. So, like, I'm already... The setup is he's alone in the place and there's no one else here. Like, his people are here. I already understand. We already know the setup. Like, just based on that statement alone, we already know the setup.
So, and then another thing, just, you know, food for thought. They say this is on an island. How much do you think the mentality of being on an island, being, like, cut off, you know, plays into, like, the haunting aspect?
Well,
If you're alone, you're on the island.
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't know how these islands work. We don't live there. For all we know, it could just be, like, all the different islands of Indonesia are still... they're still habited, and there's some level of modernization there to obviously get you around and all that stuff. So I don't think it's like a native island. I just think if this one hospital on the island happens to be abandoned, but for all we know, like there's a town over, like right out over the next hop over
Exactly.
full of people and houses and shit. So I don't know. There's
Like
any number
the
of different
Silent
things.
Hill town, wherever that place is, I can't remember exactly, but you know how it's based on a real place and just nobody lives there. It's a whole town abandoned.
Yeah, but the idea is I'm alone here. Be scared with me, and you that's the immersion. But we're by saying all the things we're saying, we're completely breaking immersion. And apparently, like 10 people still live in Silent Hill.
I was
Get
just testing
you. Yeah, it's crazy.
They are there, and this is when things start to get creepy.
Udah, suara-suara saja. Tunjukkan semua ejakulasi kalau.
I also like the setup of nothing was really happening until the ghost got called out. If the ghost was gonna leave him alone, but because he called him out, the ghost, you called me out. I must defend my honor as a dead patient. My dead patient honor.
Memang kalian ada di sini, Lingkau.
That's an easy rig.
Yeah.
A hospital stretcher moves by itself, frightening Chu so much that he begins to shake uncontrollably. But things are about to get much worse. Chu decides that he's had enough of the outdoors and heads inside to explore the hospital's halls and rooms. But
I feel like at this point, if I've had enough of the outdoors, I'm not going inside. I'm leaving.
Thank you. He's been so scared that he's physically shaking. So let's go in deeper.
It's just like the tunnel. Just like the tunnel. I'm not running deeper into the tunnel.
If you've had enough of the outdoors, the correct statement is, I've had enough of this place.
Yes.
I am going to leave this place.
he starts to hear the disturbing sound of a bell ringing from somewhere inside the building. When he looks for the source, something happens that shocks him to his core.
Weh, banyak keklik tak? Ya! Ada, ya Allah, ya Allah.
The exit door slams shut right behind him and an ominous voice can be heard. But most terrifying of all, something seems to quickly peek out at Chu from inside one of the hospital rooms. Chu is terrified and quickly heads for another section of the hospital. But as Chu continues to
Could that have been, maybe like a tree branch or something?
I mean, there's good production value in the show.
Yeah.
There's great production value in the show. He's mortified. He's scared to his core. Keep going.
His core must be so strong.
That's a strong core.
Mm-hmm.
It's a strong ass core.
explore, things just seem to get worse and worse.
Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah.
Is there a dog? That sounds like a dog.
And go back.
Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that kind of looked like it too. Like you, I don't know.
Chu jumps when he suddenly sees what appears to be the eerie apparition of a girl standing just inside an empty storage room. Gathering all of his courage, he charges toward the creepy figure. But it...
So they said this was live streamed, and I'm trying to, like, it looked like there could have been a cut there. It looked like there could have been a cut,
Yeah.
but also the way he charged, obviously, a get out of dodge and everybody shift to where you need to be.
Yeah, it looks like he shifts a little bit to the right when he's charging.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's live, the movement obviously masks it. And this is my biggest problem with it, is like, it's all these concepts are cool, they're horrifying. If he's as scared as he's making himself out to be every step of the way, why hasn't he just booked it?
Yeah.
And that is my only, like, I'm loving the concepts, I'm hating the character.
Like, it would have taken one of these things. Just pick one of those things that's been on there, and I would have been done.
Yeah, like, he's already been made out to be beyond scared at step one.
Yeah.
Disappears into thin air. Chu is now seriously freaked out and just wants to leave. But his live audience has other ideas. He gets bombarded with requests in his live chat to go back inside the hospital just one more time and explore some of the abandoned rooms. As you might guess, it did not go well.
You want me to go back in? 50k dono right now.
Saya ngejumpa nggak enak teman-teman di sini. Astagfirullahaladzim ya Allah. Astagfirullahaladzim ya Allah.
Ghost girl be like, I'm tired of all that praying, boy. I'm tired of all that praying, mother. I like that. That's cool though. That was a cool one. That was cool. She's clearly sitting in a chair, and anybody can just be like, if you're sitting in a chair, if it's low enough, you know, perfect head height, lean back.
That's good. I hope somebody, you know, gifted him a whole bunch of subs and all that stuff.
Chu freezes when he spots a woman in what looks like a hospital gown sitting on a bed inside one of the hospital rooms. She doesn't move, but her head seems to drop backwards to look at Chu as if it's not attached to her body. And with that, Chu has had enough. He ends his live stream and just gets out of there. So what do you think is going on here? Could the hospital really be haunted? Either way, real or not, whatever that is absolutely terrifying.
Like I said, great production, fantastic production, good quality production. That character sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally shaking, but I'm gonna keep going. Like,
and I could see 100% charging that thing, you know.
Yeah, that part especially, but I'm just gonna charge it. Like, get out of here, man.
I mean, I can see people doing that. Not me personally,
people would do that, but yeah.
Bad things come to those who wait. This next mysterious video was shared to the internet without a source. The footage appears to have been recorded by a CCTV camera inside a restaurant while the staff is finishing up work and cleaning up for the night. What happens next is shocking. A mop and a bucket can be seen sliding across the restaurant floor by itself.
I feel like I've seen part of this one before, or just like the idea of thing grabbing the person's hair.
Yeah.
But most horrifying of all, some kind of invisible force violently grabs the waitress by her hair and pulls her backwards out of frame. Now, without a source, we don't know what happened next. But I'm imagining lots of screaming and running.
Like the fact that it's without a source too.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, yeah, it's, I think it's a bunch of people bored one night closing down, because we saw she wasn't alone. Which at first, if they were going to try to imply that she was alone, I was going to be like, bullshit.
No way, yeah.
Bullshit. Yo, random waitress is not going to be a key holder. Probably, more than likely, I don't know. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's you can easily visit.
It's not safe for you to be, you know, like in a business to be alone while closing down and stuff. So,
her hair was lifted before it was pulled. Oh yeah, I mean, if it's it's the ghost is going like, all right, here's what I'm gonna grab, and it was a two pass. It was a two pass.
The ghost wanted to make sure that he got her by the roots, so he lifted it up and then, you know, grabbed from the roots. That's what it was.
Time
running. Next, but I'm imagining lots of screaming and running.
Yeah, it's a two-phase pull. I mean, it's kind of all happening at once. I don't know. Like, here's the apex of it, and then the yoink.
Bucksgrave Road.
So, I don't know.
That was meh.
Yeah, a little mid.
Friends David and Dell from the YouTube channel Signs and Signals are driving down a creepy back road called Bucksgrave Road in Carlisle, South Carolina. David and Dell.
South Carolina!
Wait. Why did he get an accent when saying South Carolina? He started to get a
when they were
southern
kids,
accent.
they witnessed some very strange things out on Bucksgrave Road, such as odd, unexplainable lights and orbs. So, while driving down the narrow dirt road shooting some B-roll for their video in the car, they experienced something absolutely unnerving.
I think this
Find out if we can see it.
Yeah. You don't want to waste up all the battery already. The camera's battery's gonna get is that? Deal. What the dude? I'm zooming in, I can't. What the
person?
What the are you supposed to do? Ain't nobody supposed to be out here? Oh sh. That just walked in the woods. Where's the headlamp at? The headlamp should be right there. Like he didn't. Like he stopped. Did you turn off the light? Can you see in there? No, I can't see. I'm zoomed in. I can't hardly.
Real quick. They're getting B-roll at night for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They have their headlights on in their car very clearly. Why does some of need to shine a flashlight back at them?
Mad because they have their brights on.
Oh, see.
They're just trying to see what kind of car it was.
What the
I'm glad that he specified what the fast forward speed was because I was curious.
I mean, it's good to know, get an idea of how long this is.
What are you doing?
I was thinking it was feeling more like a six times, but
what are you talking about? The content play. David, what the hell are you doing?
No, that's the get murdered play.
Yeah, no, I'd get out. I'd leave.
He don't want none. I'm trying to hear. Okay, come on. This is some dumb This ain't even what we're supposed to be here for. Dude, I couldn't hear or see anything out there. It's so pitch black. Damn. Dude, go! The
Yeah.
To this day, David and Dell say that they have no idea who or what.
Not a what. It's a who. That is a person.
Well, it's a person. It's a person, and like, you know, he was yelling. The other guy claimed he was trying to get their attention. Like, if a person truly wanted their attention, he would have tried to wave them down. They would have yelled back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's clearly set up. Like, if a person wanted to get them, they would have gotten them. You know?
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe it's like somebody who lives out there and doesn't want anybody there. So you
good jump scare. Absolutely a good jump scare.
Yeah.
Good setup. But it's one of those, like, this isn't a movie, you know. It's if they wanted to get them, you'd get them. If it's a local trying to scare them, they did a good job. If it's
their friend,
and then at the end of the day, it's probably just their friend.
But the creepy stranger could have been.
What I was thinking when he was standing up was his back was just faced to the other side where the woods were.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to do that? And not
they saw the guy go the other way, which is why his back's facing the way he didn't think the guy was.
Yeah, but you don't know where he went.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know where he went. Like, I wouldn't just, like, if I see a stranger in the woods just doing something, I'm not gonna think. I'm not even gonna think of messing with whatever they're messing with.
No.
So, oh.
And paranormal.
And if a guy wanted to, like, if it was like out there being like, hey, don't go over there or something like that, he would have waved him down and like yelled or something. You know, like he was walking towards him at one point and then just bolted into the woods, like just beeline straight into the woods instead of, you know, continue to walk towards them. So he clearly didn't want to tell them anything. Like if it was a message to be like, yeah, don't go in there, it's private property or something, even like something like that, it would have been like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna actually walk towards you and talk to you.
Yeah.
No.
Or not, they claim that they have never been so scared in all their life. So, did they encounter some creep in the remote woods? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
These are the people that keep serial killers in business. If it's not staged.
You decide.
You know, I can see people being
You can
like
watch
that.
this entire video and many more spooky.
And also, the guy is like staying far enough away that only like his wrist is being seen.
Yeah.
Moments over on their YouTube channel, Signs and Signals. The Witching Board. Popular paranormal live streamer Ricky Velasquez and his wife Liz traveled to an allegedly haunted house somewhere out in the middle of nowhere in Mexico. Now apparently the story of this place is truly dark and disturbing because Ricky will only mention that the house was once home to an extremely large family named Hernandez. Apparently some tragic and unspeakable event occurred at the Hernandez home, and most of the family, including many women and children, lost their lives. Now, whatever did happen, apparently it was so horrific that many people still leave candles at the house to pay their respects to this day. So after exploring the downstairs, Ricky and Liz head up to the second floor, and that's when they begin to experience something that makes their blood run cold. Ricky is broadcasting their exploration live on YouTube, and as he reads comments from his live stream audience, this happens.
¿Fuiste tú? No, man. Oh, güey. Bebé, háblale tú.
Here's something I don't like about these like old rundown houses. Why do they still have active running water?
Yeah. Also, like, you can tell people have been there somewhat recently with how all the stuff looked that was on the ground and on all the clothes. Like, they're
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of abandoned buildings. I mean, obviously the homeless stay there because it's a roof over their heads. I mean, it's not safe by any means.
No.
And I guarantee there's more than just this dude and his wife here. They probably have like a couple more friends like out in the back, making sure like, you know, like a random homeless guy isn't gonna just attack them or something, you know.
Sí.
Hola.
Hola, this is Lola. Oh.
No mames.
The couple hears very strange sounds from somewhere on the top floor. Banging, moaning, and even what sounds like the voice of a young child.
No, man.
So now, in an attempt to make contact with the dead, Ricky and...
Oh, real quick. It's just like that Indonesian guy with how jumpy the main character is. He's going so much more deep, and he's just so jumpy. It's just so funny. Oh,
and
man.
Liz decide to use a Ouija board. And as you might have guessed, it did not go well. During the Ouija board session, the couple continues to hear disturbing sounds coming from the house. Then something happens that absolutely scares the shit out of them.
¿Estás aquí con nosotros?
¡Oh!
¡Muérete de aquí! ¡Muérete! ¡Muérete!
While using the Ouija board, Liz asks, "Are you here with us?" To which a terrifying little voice replies, "Yes." Ricky believes that he hears the voice coming from right behind him. So he looks...
With all the shit that's been thrown on the floor, how is these 6 shirts on the hangers still here?
Yeah.
Out of all the shit that's been thrown on the floor, did you see it? Did you see it?
I did not.
Hey, wait, hold on.
This is the horrifying, deathly pale face of a woman.
Did you see it?
You gotta wait till after it's gone, though. And then ask, did you see it? But no,
Did
there's
you
not a
see
single
it?
thing hung up or folded in the entire place where we saw. But somehow
And then just
those are
conveniently, out of like everything that hasn't been just trashed and thrown around, we just have a random hanger in the corner. It's just in the corner, perfectly kitty cornered, and there's enough stuff to block Demon.
Yeah.
Who's answering the Ouija board questions live.
Not with the board.
Not with. They started answering with the board, and then they just changed it. It, we'll do it live.
That's where, like, I would have thrown a kick into there and then ran.
I mean, do you instigate on Demon? It's like, isn't the retaliation theoretically instant?
You're right there, though. I mean, you're within arm's reach.
Yeah, and you're using the Ouija board.
Oh my god.
I just love conveniently placed object. Because the whole place has been trashed, but we're just set up in this one corner perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
The couple has had enough, and they just run out of there as fast as...
I also just point out, like, we also needed the arrow to point to it.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that all of this was broadcast live on YouTube. So whether it's real or not, it...
How many YouTube live streamers are we discovering right now? Like, I feel like all this shit's doing more for YouTube live discovery than YouTube live discovery is.
Yeah, exactly. way to fix the algorithm, Nuke's top 5.
Would have been much harder to fake. But whether it is real or fake, the footage is definitely very creepy. But if you want to take a look at the video for yourself, you can watch this entire exploration over on the YouTube channel, Ricky Velasquez.
I'd be down.
How do you convince these two to do ghost hunting? Yeah, I'd be down.
do it.
There's a sick place in Mass to do. We need several hundreds of dollars, but
yeah,
to give you equipment because I'm broke. I'm assuming you're broke.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, we're broke. We're homeowners. We're broke. Oh, guys, being a homeowner default means you're broke. Unless you won the lottery. I just dropped the thing I was fidget toying. But unless you win the lottery, being a new homeowner, you're broke. Matter. Default state. Anyway, so the abandoned arcade.
This next video, but from what I have gathered, the footage was captured by security cameras at an abandoned pachinko arcade in Nagano, Japan. It is said that the ghost of a young girl is often seen inside this abandoned arcade. The CCTV footage seems to show a policeman investigating after an alarm in the abandoned arcade was set off by something. What happens next is downright chilling.
Real quick, pachinko arcade bars, isn't that literally intended just for adults? To my knowledge, it's intended for like that kind of gambling is intended for adults.
Yeah.
Why do we got a ghost child in the pachinko parlor?
It's not possible that a parent was a degenerate gambler and had to bring their kid with them. I don't know.
It makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all the lights. I like how his face is blurred. Oh, hey, look, ghost child. Wait.
That looks funny.
Yeah, is Ghost Child's face also blurred?
It might be. That looks off.
He's just shunpoing around the room with him.
What looks like the figure of a young girl can be seen following the policeman, but he doesn't.
Yeah, no, the face is literally also blurred. Dude, they go so hard with blurring faces to the point where they're like, we're also gonna blur the face of Ghost Child.
The ghosts do it as a defense mechanism.
The ghost, they blurred the ghost face because they couldn't get it to sign off on agreeing to show its likeness on camera.
Exactly. They couldn't come to a name, image, and likeness agreement, so...
they couldn't come to an agreement to show the ghost's face.
Doesn't see or hear anything. When the policeman turns to leave, the girl can be seen suddenly crouching nearby. Now, because there's no source, we'll probably just never know what happened. So, the footage remains unexplained.
I mean, that was weird.
I genuinely think, I think the fact that the face is blurred just doubles down that it's staged.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, Japan loves their ghosts and stuff, but why do we have like active security and like a rundown old abandoned arcade? I don't know.
You ever noticed, like, apparently Japan really loves like cooler colors for their video tones, like as opposed to warm. Like everything's always like hued blue.
Yeah.
Hint blue.
Wait, yeah, it's. I mean, hey, it's more calming.
Yeah.
Man likes
calm
being
you down
chill.
before they scare the shit out of you. To your core.
They hit you with a ring.
Yeah.
That was green because it was supposed to be night vision, right? Like infrared, but the flashlight didn't blow it out, did it?
I don't think so.
Never know what happened.
Yeah.
So, the footage remains unexplained.
Well, the light, it's doing like a weird night vision thing.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is weird.
Yeah, we don't know how, because there's no description or background on it. There's not a lot of information to go off of. We don't know how old it is. So I guess you're supposed to just take it at face value, but that kind of stuff, like, I think that just lends more to how it's a staged thing.
Here. A group of friends are having a great time in Torreon, Mexico when they decide to go on a very popular tourist attraction, the Cristo de la Noa's cable car ride. The cable car provides beautiful scenery of the city as it transports tourists up the mountain and through the streets of Torreon. With such a spectacular bird's eye view of the city, the group of friends can't help but take a video to capture the moment. But what happens on this particular ride is very disturbing.
Already, we're panning the camera around and not really picking like stationary things to look at. But I think it's a big tell. It's a big tell as to what's going to happen.
Anything like that.
I get being excited at all the things you're seeing, but like you're already mid-transit and like you're seeing the same 2 points that you've been looking at the whole time. So that sense of excitement is kind of neutered at this point. But I don't know. This could, for all we know, this is a child, which would explain it.
Yeah.
Are you streaming? Are we streaming?
Streaming live.
What sounds like the voice of a little girl can be heard screaming in terror, and the group has no idea where the voice is coming from. Now, after the video was shared on Facebook, many shocked viewers believe they hear the girl say, quote, "Get me out of here. I feel alone." But unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. So if you do, please let me know what you think the girl is saying.
After that.
Yeah, so that's why it could be easily something just spliced in and everyone's just... how do you convince your whole family to be like, let's all go with this? And also, they're all the idea of like the narration's killing it for me because of like they have no idea where it's coming from. Well, yeah, obviously it's not coming from in the car. The car only has like enough for like 3 people on each side.
Yeah.
It looks so cramped in there.
And I'm sure that isn't completely soundproof, and they're going above a city.
Yeah, but that, I mean, that it wouldn't, if there was someone on the street yelling that, wouldn't, I doubt it would sound like that. But then again, this is who knows what year, in what part of what country.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a weird one. Definitely a weird one.
Down in the comments, did the group accidentally capture a paranormal event on camera? You decide.
No, they tried to purposely catch one.
Bearer of bad news. Popular urban explorers Matt and Andy from the YouTube channel Finders Beepers History Seekers are back with another exploration at an abandoned farmhouse in Yorkshire, England. This time they bring along their 3rd team member, a cute little dog named Bear. They gear Bear up with a GoPro camera and a flashlight, and he starts to roam around the dark abandoned house. But unlike any of their previous explorations, Bear immediately begins to act very strange. The little dog sniffs around, running from room to room as if he's trying to find something.
Just like, oh no, I think I know what you put him inside. What is he doing?
Oh no.
Like Albert, you wrote. He's on a proper mad one tonight. Ben, go find it. Go find it.
They just hunt and go.
Find it. Where is he? There's something weird about this place. I feel like we've just had the worst start to a video ever because Bear's just all over the place, and I don't know what you're doing, snorting up. Got dust up his nose.
What? He's snorting up stuff in the kitchen?
What we got in here? We've got not very much in the bottom. Is there anything in the... What's that? I hear like a whistle. Where's Bear? Bear? My concern is that... Oh, he's upstairs. Bear? What was that? Bear? Bear? Oh, he's coming now. That worried me. I thought he'd hurt himself or something, or... I don't whimper. Yeah. You little fool. There's something going on with you today. Unless he's caught something.
As the guys continue to explore the downstairs of the farmhouse, little Bear sneaks away again to take another look upstairs.
What's up with that perfectly cut cornflakes?
I don't
box?
know. That was like immaculate.
That's so weird.
Like they just did it and threw it down right before they went in there.
Yeah, like did they throw their own trash on the floor?
Stairs. Matt and Andy are sorting through a pile of old books when something happens that is very unsettling.
Anyway, I want to have a quick look on this bed, see if I can find anything else. Right, what? Bear? What's wrong with you? Just started barking randomly. What's the matter, love? Hey? You found a rabbit? You found some rabbits? What are you doing? What is it? What you found? I wonder if there's someone outside.
I'm sure it's some sort of animal.
The little dog Bear barks and then comes charging back down the stairs. Wondering what caused the dog's strange reaction, the Finders Beepers team decides to head upstairs to check the second floor of the farmhouse. They look into one of the upstairs bedrooms, and that's when things take a terrifying turn.
What ear is that? What even is it? Like, is it out of a bathroom or something? Like an old bathroom cabinet. That's got USBs. And then how's that got a lock on it though for a bathroom cabinet? That makes no sense at all. Bear, you're just causing so much bother. What the f?
Oh.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
He'll have a ghost out of a cabinet.
Yep.
Someone has just run down those stairs.
Was he telling him like he didn't hear that?
Where is he, Ben? Hello? Hello?
Would that be the door they went out of?
Matt and Andy suddenly hear someone running down the stairs. They quickly go over and take a look down the staircase,
There's so much
but
junk in
there's
there
no
too.
one there. Now the guys head back downstairs, and after a careful search, they don't find anyone in the house. So they decide to check the footage on Bear's GoPro camera, and what they find is truly chilling.
Bear,
what did the dog
It's
find?
covered in cobwebs. Absolutely covered. Do you know the way of doing this? We can watch his footage back.
Oh,
I'll do it with his camera.
Oh, we can watch the camera that we put on the dog. Oh, bloody brilliant it is.
Oh man, it's almost like we put that camera on there knowing that we could go back and watch it.
It's almost like that's how we planned the whole bloody thing. Oh, you're so bloody brilliant, you are.
Oh my god. I can't.
Yeah, like it's... And yeah, sometimes abandoned locations absolutely get picked over. People like homeless people like squatting and living somewhere. People coming and doing what they're doing and just trashing the place in the process. It's... Yeah, it's... It happens. Like... until the place gets like actually properly stripped by whoever owns the property or even demoed, like
yeah,
I don't know, like at this kind of a place at this point you're better off just demoing it. I mean, I get the idea of like maybe really one day you'll have the money to repurpose it, but I don't know. But yeah, don't bring pets ghost hunting, it's stupid. I was gonna see what happened with Bear. And obviously again, it's not just going to be two people going to the place. Like, you're going to bring more people to an abandoned place because when you walk in, you don't know what's going to be inside there. You don't know if there's going to be a person there who's potentially dangerous. Like, you're going to bring multiple people with you. Like, you're going to have a car full of people when you go to a place to do something like this. Like, if you go by yourself, you're probably going to get hurt. If you just two people, like these guys look a bit older, like maybe late 30s, early 40s, possibly. They're probably going to get rolled by someone dangerous. Like, it's
yeah.
Come on.
Also, this guy is he's just all expressions.
He has no like.
This guy has like he's like
on anything like.
He's just here for nothing. This guy is here for right. The other guy's
he's the driver. He's the one who owns the car.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
If a guy recording is doing all the talking, like, we have this, and they're like, yeah.
Right, we need to show you something on this camera because this camera's in my hand.
Well, his camera's in my hand.
What he's just seen, and I haven't looked at all the footage yet. I've just seen one thing, and it has chilled me. It's proper chilled me. Look at this.
Whoa! Whoa! There's a guy there. We found a squatter.
Yep. That's where, like, if you're watching that, we need to leave now.
Mm-hmm. It's why, like, if you do something like this, like this, I'm more than willing to bet that person is staged. But, like, yeah, exactly. A real person being there is obviously like the worst case scenario. Yes. But you would clear the house before you go in. You would absolutely clear, especially if you're bringing in a pet. You would clear the house before you go in, like before you bring in your equipment and stuff. Like, your first pass through the house is literally going to be with your bats and shit. Like, you don't, it's, ugh.
Right, boy. Bear? What's wrong with you?
Like, if it was like a real person, then obviously a real person would hear these people come in, and would probably, like, if it's just a squatter or something, yeah, they would absolutely hide. You're not gonna be like laying out in the open, probably, like, or maybe you would. It depends. I guess that you could be confrontational, or if you think it's like police or search crew, because like a police search crew would probably bring an animal.
Yeah.
So if you hear a dog, you're like, oh shit, they're about to get me. And you make an attempt at hiding, so.
Just started barking randomly. Found a rabbit.
Maybe he did hear them come in.
In the footage, the poor little doggo jumps back in fear as he finds someone hiding underneath the bed.
They covered that guy's face perfectly, like you just saw an eye.
Downstairs to Matt and Andy.
Just enough to know that
the
it was a
guys
person
go back
thing.
up to check the bedroom.
I'm in my pants now. Absolutely in my pants. But yeah, we'd come up here.
Like, and they just seem so chill about it.
From what I can see, I can't even go downstairs ever again. I'm living up here now. Yeah, it's here, look. They've been under there. Whoever it was under that bed.
Those tissues? I hope not.
Is that why the cornflake box was put out there?
I can deal with spooky, ghosty things.
Using that.
But real people.
People are just unpredictable.
If they're laying under a bed in an abandoned house, there's something not right in first place. What the thing is, right? If Bear hadn't alerted us to it, what would happen when we came upstairs?
God knows.
That's the thing that worries me.
Somebody on the bed has just jumped out and grabbed me.
Yeah, it's grabbed your leg from under bed. It's like every child's nightmare, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Trust me, I wouldn't have been in here.
I would have been booting him in the head.
There'd have been an Andrew-shaped hole in the door. Trying to get out, honest to God. I wasn't looking about. Forget it.
Now we'll never know just who this creepy guy was who was hiding under the bed. Was he an innocent squatter?
Yeah, it's a dude. That's a dude in a hoodie. Because when he was walking up, I mean, like the lighting makes it look fake, but the walk up is where you could see the green hoodie and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he still looks a bit. To me, he looks a bit clean. To me, he kind of looks a bit clean from that walk up.
This creepy guy was.
Like.
I don't know.
Was hiding under the bed. Was he an innocent?
Hey, he looks a little clean. He looks a little clean. He looks a little clean. So, I mean, I could absolutely believe it was a real squatter. So this one, honestly, like, I still think the addition of a dog and stuff leans more toward, like, if you have half a brain, you're not going to subject your pet to like a possible harm, especially a dog that tiny. Like,
I feel like that's why I'm pulling for this to be staged, because if it's not, that's a really shitty thing to do.
Yeah, but that's horrifying. Like, if you're exploring somewhere and there's a person hiding, it's just a good reminder that like somebody who's not supposed to be in a place, like they will under a bed like that. I wouldn't try for under a bed like that. Because I would make so much. I would make so much noise.
Yeah.
Getting under there and going back and forth, I would not be able to do it. Like, and this dude's out here doing it like just like an Outlast, the game.
Yeah. Who knows?
Like,
how long
that's
they were there before that happened.
So, like, it better be staged, because if not, these guys give him off YouTube, man.
Did he have bad intentions? But again, this is exactly the reason that I always say people are way scarier than anything paranormal. You can watch this entire video over on the YouTube channel, Binders Beepers.
Even if it was a big dog, like someone with bad intentions, or like who are willing to do anything for their own safety, they like if they had like a weapon, they wouldn't be afraid to, even if it was a big dog, they wouldn't be afraid to swipe, you know?
Exactly.
Like people who are desperate, like I mean, like if you take a big dog in your first over and you're accompanying the dog, that's a more valid excuse than just letting your little dog run rampant by itself. Yeah, they could have easily lost their dog if it was real.
Yeah.
History Seekers, the end of the Zark haunting. Now, you might remember a little while back, we featured an Indian family who claimed that their apartment was haunted by a poltergeist.
Oh, we got picture-in-picture going on. It's coming from the love his pajamas.
Cut for time. Not so people could get stuff together.
Could you please draw?
Why is he speaking in English?
I don't know.
Do we got an English speaking ghost in India?
I guess.
Got an English speaking ghost in India? Yeah, like if you're being haunted, if it's like an Indian family in America or in England or something, like I would be willing to believe this was India. I would absolutely be willing to believe this is India. But even so, like if you're an Indian or a family from overseas being haunted, do you revert back to, like, when trying to communicate with ghosts, do you revert back to your native language, or do you try the language of a place you're in?
I would assume, like, if you're in that place, you would use that language, but...
And would the ghost understand your native language?
Exactly. You know.
Like if they brought out the Indian, is the ghost gonna be like, I don't know if I want to haunt this guy anymore?
Yeah.
He's not gonna give a picture. He's not gonna give the memo here.
Knock more shit over because he doesn't know what he's saying.
Oh look, the scooter's moving. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Well, as an update to this story, the father Zark says that he has decided to end the
Michael
channel
Jackson moonwalking?
because now his family has finally moved to a new home. But Zark posted one final video from their old apartment that might be their creepiest video yet.
Oh, hey, Ghost Child.
Yeah.
Zark hears a child crying.
Was that creepier than like seeing the ghost moving the scooter? Because that time the ghost wasn't doing anything other than just yelling.
In their living room and thinks that it's his son.
I feel like that one.
But just as he enters the room, he sees a semi-transparent child run toward the hall. In the dark, Zark can't tell that something just doesn't quite look right, and he runs after the child, thinking that it's his.
I mean, I feel like,
but
yeah, you got the haunting happening, and you have a big series offer on YouTube, and then you announce that you're ending it because you're moving.
Yeah.
I feel like you would continue it for a little bit and not just announce like, okay, we're moving, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's just part of like the whole. I don't know. Well, then again, if it was part of the facade, wouldn't he keep going? I don't know. It's up for debate.
His own son. But just then, his wife yells to him from the other room to say that their son is still safe in bed, snug under the covers and not crying at all. So Zark has no idea who or what this is. Cut back to current day, and Zark says that the channel is now over. But was the Zark Scary Haunting channel for real? Or was it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
It's probably an elaborate hoax.
The abandoned graveyard.
That first one, the way it
Paranormal
moved, it
investigator
was like stop motion.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
it's
it wasn't
cool, but
fluid at all.
the way the scooter moved just seemed too perfect.
Yeah. So we go back to everything being like consistent, like whether it's the knocking or stuff moving, it's like moving at the same speed in the same direction.
Yeah, but would a ghost be like a ghost? I guess could theoretically just have a perfect a line of perfection. I don't know, or would it be staggering and not consistent? I don't know. But now we have the Midwest Ghost Hunter. This is probably going to be the last one we watch and analyze, guys. The Midwest Ghost Hunter. And then anything we have after, we'll just save for next.
From the YouTube channel Midwest Ghost Hunter is back on another investigation. This time at the allegedly haunted Vicksburg Cemetery in Renville County, Minnesota. The old graveyard is abandoned, overgrown, and hidden away deep in the Minnesota woods. In the 1870s, the cemetery was part of the thriving town of Vicksburg. But the village is now nothing more than a ghost town, perhaps quite literally. You see, visitors to the cemetery have reported seeing and hearing supernatural activity, and locals warn tourists to stay away from the graveyard at night. Midwest Ghost Hunter, aka Ian, soon finds out why.
All right. Entering the cemetery.
Is it bad that I would believe this guy's out by himself?
No, I 100% get that.
I would believe he's by himself, being the Midwest Ghost Hunter.
Yeah.
I would absolutely believe he's out by himself.
All right, I'm coming over to visit. I hope you don't mind.
This is the only one I would believe is by himself.
In the woods.
This whole
The cemetery in the woods.
I'm sorry that your tombstone has been destroyed.
Those birds chirping.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Is like the midnight birds chirping?
Yeah.
vandalized? Whoa. Okay, I just heard you.
Ian.
Whoa.
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 Finds a headstone that seems to have been smashed to pieces. And when he asks whether the headstone has been vandalized, a quiet little voice seems to whisper, "Yeah, The investigator is shocked by what he just heard. He believes that the spirit he is talking to might be associated with the smashed headstone. So he tries again.
If you're still here, could you tell me your name? Because unfortunately, there's really no way for me to tell. I really don't want to dig around your grave shambles.
As you shouldn't.
I don't want to damage it any further.
Is it bad that I was almost expecting him to try to put it back together?
Yeah, I legit thought that was gonna be his next thing. Like, oh, hold on, I got some duct tape in the truck. Let me go get it real quick and like.
Because it's the Midwest. If it was not the Midwest Ghost Hunter, I wouldn't be thinking all these bad things about him. But because it's specifically the Midwest Ghost Hunter, I'm expecting just full.
Like he's gonna do it because he thinks it's the right thing to do. You know? I'll help you out here. You know.
You don't have to be shy, ma'am. As I said, I'm just here to visit. I'm here with nothing but respect. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes right now, but that's okay.
I don't think the ghost cares.
If I could just hear your voice one more time. Whoa.
Whoa.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I heard that.
Oh my gosh.
I heard you once again. Whoa, you just drained my battery too. Dang.
Only on one camera.
To hear this.
They only drain the battery on one camera.
Yep, just on one.
Voice one more time.
One
this time
device.
a soft voice seems to answer. It's lonely here. Ian decides to explore more of the cemetery, and when he reaches another gravestone,
here.
One of his cameras are dead. Let's keep going.
No, he put it in the backup
happens
battery.
that he just can't explain.
Oh, whoa, whoa. What the hell was that?
Suddenly, the fence begins rattling by itself without reason.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Like he didn't
That sounded
bump
like the
into it or
fence.
anything.
Or kick it over, or...
He's like leaning over it too.
Did you just rattle this fence? What's your name? Here, I could try to read your grave. What does that say? Nanny? Is
Oh
your
yeah,
name
I could totally
Nanny?
read that.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Okay.
One rattle for yes, two rattles for no.
Take that as a yes. Thank you. Is there anybody else that's buried here? Whoa, I just heard your voice.
Why do you do that like
Could you say it once more?
I just heard your voice.
I just heard your voice.
Dude, oh my god, I just heard you again.
I just received an intelligent response from what sounds like a ghostly little girl, and now
His
realize that
voiceover.
there actually may be two spirits haunting this gravesite.
The blurry zoom in. Voiceover.
Nanny Bickle, who passed away at the age of 5, and Ida Bickle, who passed away at age 7.
After the fence surrounding two gravestones rattles on its own and the voice of the little
continuously
girl
play
seems
that,
to respond, Ian
you could put
decides
so
to
many
take
different
some
words there.
pictures. What happens next is absolutely unnerving.
Pose for the photo.
I'm waiting for it. Did you see
Smile?
it?
Yeah.
All right,
I've
I'm gonna
seen so
count
many
to 3,
pictures.
okay? And I want you to pose for this photo. 1, 2, 3.
If you look at this photo closely, there appears to be two misty little girls staring into the camera from the gravesite. They both appear to be in their adolescence, have long hair, and dark beady eyes. In the photo taken afterwards, they are completely gone.
Two misty apparitions that look like little girls appear in one of Ian's pictures, sitting right next to what he believes is their own gravestone. So is old abandoned Vicksburg Cemetery truly haunted? Let me know what you think.
Pictures.
You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Midwest Ghost Hunter.
I mean,
the Midwest Ghost Hunter. He definitely seemed like the Midwest Ghost Hunter. So I believe out of everybody, that guy probably goes places alone.
Yeah, 100%.
That dude absolutely.
He just goes places just randomly.
How tall does he think adolescents are? Yeah, it's good effects. Good effects. And then look, the problem with that is it looked like an actual photo.
Yeah.
It looked too close to an actual photo or anything else. And then the rattling, like with how close he was to the fence, he was basically leaning on it.
And
it would
he
be
was
so.
at certain points.
He like how it's just. No brainer on just like using your foot, using any part to like rattle the whole thing. Like,
yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I think this fence here is loose. Yeah. Okay. Let me just go give it a quick shake. I will. I'll make a quick shake on it, bud.
Whoa.
And oh whoa! It's a ghost, man. Oh shit. Whoa! It's a ghost.
Yeah. I don't.
Hunter from Minnesota.
But we've had.
Yeah, it's silly. It was silly. It was absolutely silly. But we're gonna be saving the last one here for next time, guys. And we're probably gonna open up a channel on the Discord if people want to talk about spooky things and share links for things. We're gonna be vetting everything. But if you want to share some stuff, some clips or stories or things of that nature with us, we can absolutely. Take a look at it and probably look at it at some point. We're gonna be doing this every other week around the same time, as long as West's schedule doesn't conflict. And it was a lot of fun. Any closing thoughts, West?
I enjoyed it. You know, I saw some stuff that I haven't seen before. So, both real or possibly real and definitely fake, but still some entertaining. I look forward to watching a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be going absolutely crazy with this. So definitely come back in 2 weeks for more Into the Macabre. And we'll obviously have more regular stuff on this channel in the meantime, in between. We're going to be shifting the schedule here from weekdays to just weekends. So well, yeah, we got that moving forward. But guys, come back in 2 weeks next Wednesday in 2 weeks on Wednesday for the next Into the Macabre. Thanks everybody for being here and hanging out.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.